This is not financial advice. It's just the wine talking.
Welcome back to It's Just the Wine. I'm your host, Matilda. Joining me today, Melissa, Tal, and Gassia.
Hey,
Welcome back.
So today we're adding a little bit of luxury to financial literacy. And this episode is for anyone who's ever looked at a luxury item and thought to themselves if that item could grow their net worth. Maybe that's a way of justifying the purchase, but we'll get into it.
That's a good point.
We will talk about all of that, the math, the mindset. But before we get into it, I need one of you girls to give me a win of the week.
I'll give one. So as you may know, I've been studying for one of my actuarial exams, and yesterday I actually reached to a level where it guarantees my pass. So that's a huge win for me. That means I'm ready.
Can't wait, and I cannot wait for you to stop studying.
Honestly, at this point, me too. But I have 4 more years.
You'll get
It's gonna pass quick though.
Yeah, I'm still young. What am I gonna do?
Exactly.
Anyways.
I can't come out tonight, I'm studying is gonna be done. We're gonna have to find another
She's gonna come up with
another
excuses.
excuse. But anyways.
All right, so let's talk about some luxury items that could or maybe not grow somebody's net worth or, be an asset or an investment.
There's many.
Yeah.
Well, one of them is the Birkin, Hermes.
Yes, that's true.
And they have a lot of styles, but
Specific ones.
yeah,
The
material.
I don't think you can choose when you buy a brand new one.
No, you could create your own.
Oh, okay. I thought it's
that's like
comes
on
in
another
stock.
one.
Yeah, but I think
Oh.
they have to like invite you or something. I don't know, it's like a whole thing.
Yeah. But like most people know about the Birkin, and some people will actually mix up like the Kelly with the Birkin.
I know.
Because the main one is the Birkin, and people want to get that, whether it's to wear it or to collect it or to have it as an investment.
But is it actually an investment?
It could be, because the price has gone up over the years. But I feel like for someone that's building wealth, it might not be an investment, but for somebody that has built a solid financial foundation, it could be an investment if it's used for if it's not used for personal use.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Like for me, if I'm buying a bag, I'm gonna wear it.
So then
I put money in it, I'm gonna wear it.
that's not an investment.
I mean, it depends, but like if I'm spending $30,000 on a bag, maybe it might be different. It might be collecting dust in my closet, but
Because you want to keep it
Yeah.
in the best condition
Exactly.
possible.
So let's take the Birkin, for example. The retail value is not 30,000, is it?
so I checked some case studies online, and one of them was saying how in 2010, the Birkin 25 Cellier, I don't know how you pronounce it,
Yeah, I think
name?
you said it right. Say it.
Epson leather. In 2010, a woman had bought it for $10,500. 2010.
Retail.
Yeah, retail. Right now, to resell that same bag is $30,000, which again, it's 185% higher than.
So is the price for resale 30,000,
Yes.
or is the retail price 30,000 now?
No, she said $10,000.
In 2023,
retail.
she sold the bag for $30,000.
So resale.
Yeah.
Resale.
Yeah.
But like retail, if I go to the store and
You can't just go in the store.
I
and
know,
buy
but
it,
let's say they make a mistake and there's one available.
Oh, shit.
It's not 30,000.
No.
Okay. So the value of the bag,
It depends the material I think you get. It can be the crocodile, the
Yeah, like I think the one that you're right.
Leather. Yeah,
if
crocodile.
it's a crocodile,
that's
I
one of the
think.
most expensive I think.
Yeah, I think if you go to the store, it is 30 grand.
But let's be honest.
That's why the resale value is like 60 or like 100.
so my question is, the growth is on the resale market, not at retail.
No, because you have to wait. When you go to the store, they put you on a waiting list, and and when that person gets the bag, I think, and they sell it, somebody who doesn't want to stay on the waiting list, they'll just go and buy it from you. They don't care how much, I think.
But the growth is, it has to do with the retail price, obviously, and the price that the retail, like it grows with retail. What's your question?
My question is, how much is it at the store now?
So
It depends, I don't know.
The same
it's
one.
like 12,000
Okay,
to,
so it's just
yeah.
like the regular price increases that they do. It's not.
Again, it depends on the style.
I know,
the
I know, but
material.
I'm talking.
This one specifically that I was talking about. Well, since it's leather, it's probably more. It's more expensive. Could be.
But the value from retail, let's say you bought it 10 years ago, has still gone
Yeah.
up from.
But not
10
to the
years ago.
same level as on resale.
No.
So that's my question. Like, yes, it's worth a lot, but it's the resale market that makes it outperform the stock market, not
Yeah.
the retail market, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't know actual numbers, but I have seen like Hermes increase their prices by like up to 8% on specific items.
Oh, okay.
So that's still pretty good for a year.
yeah.
So
I mean, I think it was like 3 years ago. One of my friends had bought in the classic flip flops. The Hermes flip-flops.
Oran?
Yeah. So I think it was at $800. Like 2-3 years ago. Now, if you go, it's like over $1,000. So
yeah.
like, prices
So they
have,
still have their price increases, but
Yeah.
But the biggest chunk of, if you're looking at it like an investment, obviously you're buying it and you're gonna resell it.
yeah.
So that's where you make your money. You're not gonna go, return it to the store for a full refund. So
Do
it's
they take returns?
probably not. They'll cross your name off forever.
Yeah.
So that's where it's outperformed the stock market
Yes.
historically in
Yeah.
the past 10 years,
Yeah.
right? It's done better than the S&P 500
And gold.
and gold.
I read that.
So it's interesting to see that, but for it, I think anyway, for it to be an investment, you need to treat it like an investment. Like you
like a
said,
baby.
if you wear it, then it's not worth the same. If the condition 10 years later is not as good, then you can't sell it. Unless I'm wrong, I obviously don't own a Birkin, but like you can't sell it for those prices if it's not in mint condition.
Yeah.
But it's still more than resale value, so you're still making a profit
Of
on it.
course, of course.
So that's why I would say it's better for somebody that has already built financial wealth because if you're buying it to sell it, then you're a business, right? If you're constantly buying the bag and selling it, you're a business. You're 100% taxed on that profit. But if you're using it for personal use and then you sell it as an investment after an X amount of years, then that's the profit you're making is capital gains because it's your own thing. And if there's a transaction, you're actually taxed on 50% of it. So that's why the government sees it as an investment. So it could be considered as an investment, but it's just not the best kind of investment for somebody that's starting out because there's no real diversification, no liquidity. Even actually when you deal with the bank, let's say I bought a Birkin, for example, and I want to go buy a property at the bank, they're not looking at the bag. They're looking at what's in my investment portfolio and real estate portfolio.
Good point.
Unless I have $1 million painting that I can use as collateral. So almost never they look at the luxury items you have. They're mostly looking at cash portfolios, real estate portfolios.
So like, let's say you collect watches, you collect luxury items, not necessarily just a Birkin. The bank wouldn't look at your, let's say you have $1 million worth of watches. No?
Because then
I mean, you could sell it and have that.
yeah, 100%. But today you decided to go to the bank. The bank doesn't see it as those luxury assets. I'm saying almost never. I don't know. It could. There are some times that it could happen, especially if the asset is worth so much money. But what is the bank gonna do? And this goes back to saying that the market is kind of like niche. There's no, you're not gonna sell it right away. There's still like a buffer time for you to sell it.
So
Yeah.
would you buy?
Yeah, if I'm yes, I would buy it. I would buy it to wear it.
For personal use, not as an investment.
Yeah, when I have like when I've reached financial freedom. But for me to buy it now, I don't think so.
Like for me, I mean, I have like one designer bag or two, whatever. I honestly did not do the homework behind it. I just bought it because I love the bag and it spoke to me. Not investment purposes.
Yeah.
But for me, like I wouldn't, again, like you said, I wouldn't buy a bag for investment now. I would maybe do it later on.
Yeah,
Because
because you're gonna wear it.
I'm gonna wear
It's
it.
gonna stare at you in the closet.
Yeah. How do you not wear the poor?
Unless you have the mindset of selling it right away as an investment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you buy one? Would you buy one?
So to be honest with you, I don't like the Birkin. I like the Kelly,
Yeah. Kelly's so cute.
but the Birkin, I don't.
I feel like Kelly suits you more.
Yeah, I don't like the way it looks. I know they look a little bit similar,
Yeah.
and it took me a long time to figure out which is which. But I think the other one is more my style. So I don't think the Kelly is as
Because the Kelly has the big one and the mini one. So I
No,
am.
Kelly's a huge. It's the same now as
the investment portion.
Yeah.
Part of
Yeah.
it is the same.
because now like smaller bags are in more.
Yeah.
you
It's
know.
very trendy now.
So people like that because the Kelly's smaller,
Yeah.
cuter, more like you can't.
Dainty, more
Yeah.
lady.
So it kind of reached to the same level as a Birkin.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Would you buy a?
I wouldn't personally buy it, but I would buy it as an investment. Buy it and sell it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
Yeah, she's
wear
more
it.
of a Fendi girl. But
but it could be. I mean, I don't know of any other brands on this level, like.
Chanel. Maybe
But-
not at this level, but they're still expensive. Their prices
they-
have gone up.
But
Yeah.
what about the resale value?
It's, to be honest, the resale value isn't as bad too, but it's not like the Birkin. But the thing with the Chanel prices are that
They're increasing it themselves.
yeah, extremely. So if you had bought a bag like 5 years ago, you're already
Okay.
selling it at
But
without
are
a
you-
loss.
But are you actually selling it?
Some people do sell it. Like for example, a lot of people consider these things as
What's their like famous bag? The Chanel
Flap, the classic flap.
she would know. She's a Chanel girl.
I mean, no, I don't own one, but I love Chanel. Yeah. I think it's the classic flap, the one that every
Yeah.
housewife
Yeah.
mom has. You know, like the classic black.
Yeah,
ones
that's
that
their
you wear.
OG.
Yeah. I don't know.
I think that one does gain value, no?
I
I
mean-
mean, it's their classic.
But
And-
that was kind of my question that I was trying to make earlier. Like with Hermes, I know they've had their price increases, but I don't think it's as significant as Chanel's retail price increases have been.
You know why?
Yeah.
Because Hermes. Sorry, I don't know why I did that. Hermes, they have a different.
Strategy.
They have a different strategy. So Chanel, you could go in and you could buy whatever you want. But
Yeah.
Hermes, you need to build a relationship. You need your sales associate. You know, you have to be loyal. We've had. I mean, I know someone that she was trying to have a relationship with their sales associate, and then they went. She was going in. Every time she was downtown, she would go like stop by and ask like, I want the mini Evelyn bag. Do you guys have in stock? He goes, no, you have to put it on a wait list. And she did. For 2 years.
Oh my god.
2 years, I'm not joking. 2 years, this poor lady waited. I mean, sounds spoiled, but like, you know, it wasn't an expensive bag. It was like $2,300, something like that.
Yeah.
But the sales associate goes, yeah, you have to come in every week, stop by, look. We're like, I have time to go downtown to walk in the
Walk
store,
around.
say hi to you, and
Build
walk
a
back out.
friendship.
No, thank you. She said, and she walked away, and then she went with another sales associate and gave her the bag. There was one in stock. So like, I just don't find the
So
the
is
strategy is good, but like it's just like too much. How much can you
But
like
it's working.
But didn't their CEO just say that that's?
done? I heard, yeah.
Oh, I didn't.
I don't know to what extent, but
But if they do that, do the bags keep their same values?
but this is the point that I was coming to.
Yeah.
It's supply and demand. We can't get one, so we want it, and that's why the price is so high, because you just can't get it if you walk into the store.
Yeah.
But if it becomes available to everyone, then the resale value
it's gonna go down.
goes down.
Yeah.
Because now everyone can get it. So there's this.
Let's go.
It's the same as like Rolex.
Yeah, there was during COVID or whenever it was a couple years ago, the resale prices skyrocketed.
Well,
Yeah.
first of
Now,
all,
now it's decreased.
Yeah,
Yeah, it has
stabilized.
Even
Oh, yeah?
what was that? I think AP.
Yeah.
That one too has decreased.
No.
There was a specific model that was worth around $250,000 during COVID, and it dropped to $80K last
Rolex?
year.
What?
No, Audemars
AP.
Piguet.
Yeah.
And I was shocked. A lot of people lost money on that
Wow.
watch because people are buying it at resale price,
Yeah.
not retail price, because it's hard to get one,
Yeah.
which is
wow.
We went
Sucks.
on our honeymoon. It was in 2023. So we were walking and we saw a Rolex store. So my husband was like, let's go see if they have something in stock. So we walked in and they had nothing.
How
He
did they pay
goes,
the rent?
You have to be lucky. Like I think like Hermes, he said if we have in stock and you walk in and you can buy it. But he goes, you have to be lucky. Like you have to come in at the right time.
yeah.
Do you remember we went to the Rolex store in Florida, and the guy said, we don't have anything to like. There is not
yeah.
one thing we can sell you. There's nothing in stock. I'm like, they obviously had watches in the showroom, so we're like, okay, well, what about these? They're like, no, that's just for show.
They should just close the store.
So she just goes like, I remember you said.
I
go
said,
ahead.
is this a museum? Because what's the point of you being here?
Yeah.
Well, you're paying your employees. You're wasting their time. They're not making commission. Like, what are
It's
they
'cause
doing?
they probably sell to their like valued customers
Yeah.
who buy like 10 a year.
And that is how, you know what?
Damn.
They're kind of manipulating the market
Yeah.
by being,
How?
they have the power of, they're manipulating the market, whether it's Hermes or Rolex or whoever is in this game of like, you need to build a relationship with me to have a watch, because now not everyone can get it. So the resale value goes up.
Yeah.
So it's a game.
But how does that affect them?
It doesn't affect their bottom line
Well,
because they still have the people who are buying it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their bottom line is the same, but the value of their product goes crazy.
Yeah.
Whereas if they don't do that, then the value, you don't have a Louis Vuitton bag going, I mean, maybe there are some, but you don't have a classic signature Louis Vuitton bag going for 3, 4, 5 times its price.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, you remember back in the day, when was it? 2019? 2019, the Louis Vuitton. I
Mini
have it.
backpack.
Yes. What's the name?
Mini
I don't know.
backpack.
There's a name. But anyways, that bag was so. You remember?
Oh my God.
2019. It was like top. Like everybody.
No
you would
one
go-
could-
You would go into Louis Vuitton store. There, yeah, we don't have any. It's like sold out. Good luck. Now you go and they have it.
And the prices at that time,
Yeah,
they
it was
were
crazy.
They were like $6,000, $7,000 resale.
Yeah.
Now they dropped. They're about
Because it's
3,200.
available now.
I don't know if it's available, but
Yeah.
it has dropped. I guess the demand, it's not
that's
there.
exactly it. So
But also, like, all these things, like, choose it wisely. Like, for example, a watch, it takes more time and it's put in a lot more effort than it's put in a Birkin, you know?
yeah.
Or like an art piece. I don't understand anything about art, but I actually Googled how much time did it take for Mona Lisa painting to be like
How much was it?
16 years.
To be worth something.
No, 16 years it took for the painting to be done.
Come on.
Oh, I thought it took 16 years for it to be worth something.
No,
16 years.
16 years to be. Okay, this is what I read. I'm not sure, but like this is what I read. 16 years to be completed. That's why it's worth what it's worth. No one can buy it. There's only one of a kind.
And it's at the
Louvre, I think.
And it follows you around.
I saw it at the Louvre, and I was expecting a huge portrait. I walk, it's literally like a small. It's really small.
Yeah.
And people waited in line to go take a picture.
Yeah. Because of like.
There's one.
Yeah. And because of the effort put in.
That's crazy.
It takes a Birkin to build a
It's
Birkin.
16 to 20 hours.
Yeah, exactly. And a Rolex watch, it takes up to 1 year to manufacture.
Wow. I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Which is, so you're not only paying for what it is, you're paying for the
Labor.
yeah. Well, how it's
Labor.
built and how the quality.
Yeah.
But Hermes is the real company that's manipulating people and the market.
Yeah.
Can we hire the people who are making the bags like 16 hours?
I mean, you probably can. There was this whole
Yeah,
ordeal
China.
with China.
Oh yeah, that they all get manufactured the same.
The same goes for exotic cars.
Yeah.
Like there's only a limited, I don't know, you know more.
Well, if you get a limited edition car that's like 1 out of 200 in the world, yeah, that car does gain value, but you have to keep it clean. It can't be
A lot of kilometers.
Not driven in rain.
not driven in rain. Clean. I said clean, but not accidenté.
Obviously.
Wait, I'm curious. What does the rain actually damage the car somehow?
No, the bottom it gets dirty. If you want to keep it like clean,
You just gotta leave it in your garage.
yeah.
Or storage.
Yeah, I guess.
But that goes back to
But that's
if you're gonna buy something as an investment, you have to treat it like one.
Yeah.
And if you don't treat it like one, if it's for personal use, then it's not really an investment. It's a bad investment.
Yeah.
Like, don't call it an investment.
If you get a regular car and you leave the driveway, the dealership it loses value already. But if you get like a limited edition, one of a kind, and it leaves the dealership or wherever, it gains value.
And it's true. Like, you know, you treat your investments like you leave it there. You don't touch it. You never. So it's kind of the same like as what you were saying. It's true. If you don't touch it, then it will increase in value and be an investment.
Yeah. Which one is the car? Was it the GT Ford?
Ford GT?
Ford GT that like 10 years ago or something, it was like 100,000.
In 2007, I think, or 2006, they had already mentioned this in, I think, the first episode. I think it was 150K, brand new. And now that model, if it's clean, it hasn't been driven, the kilometers are low, you could get it, you could buy it for secondhand, like 600K plus.
Wow.
Do they not make the car anymore?
And
No,
every year it's gonna gain more value.
Wow.
It's rare, and you can't drive it. By the way, it's really fast. It's hard to drive.
It's like a race car, right?
It's a race car. Well, it beat Ferrari.
and the Ford GT, they have not made a new model, right?
They did, and
They did?
2017, I think. Yeah, the new one I showed you. They're nice. That one I think was selling for 700K, and now it's worth like 1.5.
Wow.
The new model?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Resale.
That's crazy.
Like secondhand.
How is there a limited number of
for
cars?
sure.
Yeah.
I know there's some cars that are limited. They have the number. Like, let's say there's only 200 of them in the world.
Yeah.
They put the number in
Yeah.
the car, like,
Oh, I wonder
It's like
which
the
one.
10th one
Yeah.
or something.
Which one is
One
it?
of 200.
Actually, I have a question. So the resale value went up, like increased in value because a lot of people can't get the car, or why did it increase in
Well,
value?
first, it beat Ferrari. That's why.
That's why.
And
Ford versus Ferrari, the
Ford
movie.
versus, you can watch it. I think it's on Netflix. And it's rare. Like, you don't see it everywhere. I mean, have you ever seen one? Maybe
They don't know what
once.
I have no
They
idea
don't know what
it
they look like.
No.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I think in my life I've seen it 3 or 4 times. It's like really rare. See the Lambos, you see it everywhere. And some Ferraris, you see it. But that car, I don't know, something about it. It's just beautiful.
It is.
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember once my dad was in the basement and somebody brought it here, and he was in like he was watching Formula 1 and he heard the car And he came, he's like, that's a 4GT. He came up running.
I remember. He
And
knows
came-
the car's noise.
Yeah,
Wow.
because it was so loud. And it's just a beautiful car. Beautifully made.
So,
Sold.
so
Yeah. When I have my financial freedom, that's what I would buy, not a Birkin.
So there you go.
Well, it's because you're more knowledgeable in cars. We're more luxury girls. I mean, you do, but
I think everyone has, little things that they love to spend
Yeah.
money on or whatever. But I think as in general, as a whole, luxury shouldn't be the goal. It should be the byproduct of good decisions. So like you said, when you have financial freedom, you want to buy a car like that or that specific car, God willing. When you have financial freedom, you want to buy your Birkin. When you have $1 trillion,
She wants her Khmer.
you want a jet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
no, that's not enough.
yeah.
But you know what I mean? So it's you girls, which I'm proud of, are not looking at these material things as investments right now, which to each their own, you can. But you're looking at it like when I reach a certain level, then I will get that for my personal use, for me to enjoy.
So I actually was talking to someone, and it really resonated with me. And so he's a very successful man, and I'm like, you should reward yourself with a nice something that you really want, because he really wants this specific watch, but it's very very expensive, it's a Patek Philippe, and then I'm like, just you live once, just do it, and he just turned to me and he goes, no, he goes, I don't deserve it. And I was like,
That's
what?
something, that's amazing.
Yeah, I was like,
That's rare.
yeah.
that's a mindset.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
And then he told me, he goes, honestly, for me, the biggest my investment that I would want is somebody to pass on a watch to me. He goes, I'm wearing this watch that I had my I think his father had given it to him. He goes, and I love it. He goes, it's working. I just go bring it to fix if it's dying. He goes, this is what I want. I'm not gonna pay money for a watch. I want it handed down to me. But anyways, it was really wow moment, to be honest.
Yeah.
He's gonna hand me down a 4GT. No.
Sorry,
Who's
buddy.
gonna hand me down a Birkin?
To be honest, it looks like a doctor's bag.
Do you girls even like it?
No.
No, I like it because
You would wear it?
yeah, I would wear it going to work.
Do we even go into the office?
I will one day.
Ah, good.
Fully remote.
I'm going to the depiner.
No, I'm going to my office. Walks from her bedroom to her office space.
I'm gonna walk
2
to the
steps.
pharmacy.
I'm gonna go to the gym.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
I wouldn't trust that in the locker room.
I'm
Why?
gonna
I
go
have
for
a
a
walk.
walk.
I mean, it does look like a gym bag.
I'm gonna go to Toronto.
A duffel bag. Yeah, it does. It's especially if you have the big one, with Kim Kardashian has a big Birkin one.
All right.
Side note.
On that note, do you deserve a Birkin?
Nope.
No.
I think everybody does.
Thanks for joining us.
Like, comment,
Subscribe.
and tell us if
Share.
you think a Birkin is worth it.
See you next week.
See you.